Hello students, this is the part 5 of the chapter Human Reproduction. In my previous two videos I have discussed menstrual cycle and the phases or the changes that take place during the menstrual cycle in the ovary and the uterus of the female body. So today we will move forward with the topic fertilization. Okay, and also the mechanism of fertilization, that is how it takes place. So if we have to define fertilization in simple words, what will it be? Fertilization is nothing but the union of the male gamete sperm and the female gamete ovum, both of which are haploid, means having one set of chromosomes, and when this sperm and ovum unite they form a zygote, okay, which is diploid, means one haploid sperm and one haploid ovum fuse with each other and form a diploid zygote. This process is known as fertilization. So this is the basic definition of fertilization, but what we will do today is we will learn the mechanism of fertilization, that means how it actually takes place inside the female body. Okay, so before going into the mechanism, let's discuss the place of fertilization. What is the place of fertilization? Where does fertilization take place? Fertilization takes place within the fallopian tube of the female reproductive system. I have discussed about the fallopian tube in my previous videos when I was talking about the female reproductive system, right? So inside the fallopian tube, the ovum, when after it is released from the ovary, reaches the fallopian tube and waits for the sperm to come and fertilize it. Going into the mechanism of fertilization, the mechanism is quite a complex and elaborate step, and the whole process is divided into 8 steps. We will discuss about each step one by one. So when it comes to mechanism of fertilization, the first step is the gametes. Obviously, without the gametes, fertilization, the process of fertilization will not occur. So the basic requirements are the gametes, the male gamete, sperm, and the female gamete, ovum. The male gamete, as you know, sperm is a structure which has a head. Around here it has a neck, and then it is a tail, okay, and this is a basic structure of sperm. The head, the neck-like structure, and the head contains the nucleus. Here is the nucleus because every cell contains a nucleus, and then there is a sperm tail, okay. One structure that I have drawn at the top of the head of the sperm, that is the acrosome. What is it called? It is called acrosome, okay. Acrosome is is present at the top of the head of the sperm. What is its function? I will discuss it in the next steps. And the female gamete is the ovum. The ovum, as you have already, I have already discussed about the structure. The ovum is much bigger in size than the sperm, okay, and it also has a nucleus in it, a cytoplasm, and other cell organelles as the cell organelles that should be present in each cell. Okay, so after we have our gametes, our sperm and ovum ready, next step is arrival of the sperm. So second step is arrival of the sperm. So not only one sperm arrives in the female reproductive system, about 200 to 300 million sperm arise in the female reproductive system along with the semen. So what is semen? Semen is the fluid-like structure which is whitish in color, within which the sperms swim. Okay, so about 200 to 300 million sperms arise arrive in the female reproductive system near the vaginal canal, okay, and this process is known as insemination. What is it called? Insemination, where the semen arrives the female reproductive system. It is known as insemination. What is the next step? Now the sperm has arrived. Next step is the arrival of the secondary oocyte. What is the secondary oocyte? The secondary oocyte is nothing but the ovum that will fuse with the sperm. The ovum is known as secondary oocyte when it is released from the Graafian follicle. Clear? So now the secondary oocyte, after it has been released from the ovary, from the Graafian follicle of the ovary, it will reach its nearest fallopian tube and it will wait for the sperm to come and fertilize it. Next comes a very important step, important for questions also. Okay, so this step is known as capacitation. Okay, in our previous two steps, arrival of the sperm and arrival of the secondary oocyte, means both the gametes are ready. Okay, now what will happen? Now the millions, 200 and 300 millions of sperms has arrived the female genital tract. What will they do? The moment they arrive, they do not have the capacity to fertilize the ovum. This capacity of these sperms will start taking place after 5 to 6 hours. So they will stay there only in the female genital tract. They will stay there only, and after 5 to 6 hours, they will start moving slowly upwards towards the fallopian tube, where the female gamete, that is the ovum, is waiting for the sperm to come. Okay, so millions of sperms are going upwards, and most of them in this journey, most of them are getting destroyed. Half of them cannot swim properly, half of them have some other problem, they are not being able to reach as fast as the others. So most of them will die or get destroyed, and only one fit sperm, okay, it will reach the ovum, it will reach the secondary oocyte, okay, which is waiting in the fallopian tube. So now when this one fit sperm has reached the ovum, near the ovum, it has to get attached to it somehow. What will happen? The plasma membrane of the head of the sperm has a layer of glycoprotein and cholesterol in it. Okay, so now as this sperm has reached near the ovum, it will release those glycoprotein and cholesterol, and that will occur and that will cause a change on the plasma membrane. That will cause a change on the plasma membrane. Okay, and that will expose the receptor sites on the acrosome of the head of the sperm. I was talking about acrosome, right? Here is the acrosome, right? So the plasma membrane and the plasma membrane of the sperm has some glycoprotein and cholesterol in it, which will be released, and that will cause some changes on the acrosome, and here the receptor sites on the acrosome will be released, which will help the sperm to get attached to the ovum. This process of the sperm to get activated and thus be able to penetrate or get attached to the ovum is known as capacitation, and this process takes about 5 to 6 hours. Okay, so after capacitation, the next step is contact of sperm and ovum. So in the previous step we have seen that due to capacitation, the receptor sites on the sperm's plasma membrane are exposed, and it helps the sperm to attach itself to the ovum. Okay, so this is the next step where the sperm and ovum come in contact with each other. So students, since the process of fertilization, the mechanism of it is a very vast process, so I will break this whole mechanism into two videos. In this video I have described till the step 5, that is the contact of sperm and ovum. The rest of the portion of this mechanism I will continue in the next video. Stay tuned for this. Thank you.